When you find yourself as a leadership team in a crisis, what do you think are the key messages you need to be thinking about as a leader to share with your constituents, both internal and external?
Yeah, so, it's exactly intellectual honesty, isn't it? We kind of wish it didn't all get messed up, but it did. And so what people, and so there's so many constituencies that have something to say and are interested in this. And in healthcare, you can imagine it goes, these things can become front page stories. So I think the first thing we have to do is recognize we need to get ahead of the story. We need to be the one to be proactive. To pretend or hope it's going to go away is always a bad idea. I've seen that in companies I've looked at and studied, who have had product contamination problems, and they kind of hope, maybe the next batch will be all right or the problem will solve itself. And the recent recalls and disasters really at GM are a good case in point. There was a new study just came out that showed, senior managers, they knew about what was going on, but they just were hoping, maybe it wouldn't be that serious. Now, you can't operate that way. So crisis management, crisis communication requires us to step up and say, you know what, we have a problem, we got to do something about it. And then the second thing is, well, people want to know. We don't always know all the answers because, some of these things could be fast moving and adjustments. So we need to communicate honestly what we know, and we need to do it regularly. And the spokesperson that you have has to be at the very top of the team or the organization. You can't put in, a second-tier player. We can go back to the BP Gulf oil spill back in the Gulf of Mexico in Louisiana, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and the BP CEO Tony Hayward, and how ineffective he really was. Now that was we could say, the right person because he was the CEO. But he just didn't really embrace the real disaster that was occurring and the human element of what was occurring, and he didn't have the empathy that's needed. So those are some of the things that I think are critical in crisis communication.